students and viewers. Today I'll talk about Bengali literature and English. It is also known as Bangladeshi English literature. Shortly it is also called BEL, B-E-L, which stands for Bangladeshi English literature. This is basically a brief introduction to this literature, which is basically emerging literature, and the whole discussion will go under the title that is South Asian literature in English. Bangladeshi English literature is also called BEL. Let us have a brief introduction. Bangladeshi English literature refers to the body of literary work written in English language in Bangladesh and the Bangladeshi diaspora. In academia, it is also referred to as Bangladeshi writing in English, BWA. Early prominent Bengali writers in English include Sheikh Deen Muhammad or Sheikh Deen Muhammad, Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, Begum Ruqayya, Rabindranath Tagore. Modern writers of Bangladeshi diaspora include Tamima Anam, Nemat Imam, Monica Ali, Zia Haider Rahman. So these are basically the famous or the prominent writers who belong to Bangladesh, but they are writing in English. That's why they are basically contributing their part to introduce Bengali literature in English, so that they may be able to compete with the writers of this South Asia region. And we all know that Pakistani and Indian writers are writing in English, and they are playing good role to represent South Asia. Let us have a historical background of Bangladeshi literature in English. Bangladesh has an influential English language press, including newspapers The Daily Star, New Age, Dhaka Tribune, The Independent, which bring out regular literary supplements. Prominent magazines include The Star, Slate, Dhaka Courier, and Forum. Bengal Lights is one of the country's few English literary journals. So basically different newspapers and magazines, they are playing their role to introduce new writers who write in English, and this is how they are playing their role to introduce Bengali English literature to the world. As we all know that English language is the only one which is called the global language, यानी यही एक इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज ही है जिसकी बेस पे हम अपना लिटरेचर जो पूरी दुनिया में इंट्रोड्यूस करवा सकते हैं. सो अगर ट्रांसलेशन में हो कोई लिटरेचर तो वो भी दुनिया जो है उसको अंडरस्टैंड करती पड़ती है, और अगर इंग्लिश में लिखा गया तो वो भी ऑब्वियसली लाइक किया जाता है. सो बंगाली राइटर्स दे आर डूइंग their best to introduce their literature, particularly in English. In 1905, Begum Ruqayya wrote Sultana's Dream, one of the world's earliest examples of feminist science fiction. Begum Ruqayya was there, whose lifespan starts from 1880 to 1932, and she was the first Bengali female writer who played her role to introduce Bengali feminist science fiction to the world. So she had played her role. Let us talk about contemporary literary scenario about Bengali literature in English. A Golden Age by Tamima Anam is set during the Bangladeshi Liberation War in 1971. Anam is also the author of Good Muslim. She got famous after her work published and that book was basically there to get her famous because it was about the Bangladesh liberation movement, uh, 1971, and he is also the author of Good Muslim. And then we have Zia Haider Rahman, a British Bangladeshi novelist, published his debut work in The Light of What We Know in 2014, which won James Tide Black Prize for Literature in 2015. So Zia Haider Rahman is the second famous British Bangladeshi novelist whose debut work won James Tide Black Prize in 2015. Rahman received glowing praise and acclaim for his first book, which the New Yorker described as the astonishingly achieved. Monica Ali's Brick Lane was shortlisted for the Booker Prize in 2003. So this is how Anam Zia and Monica Ali they have played their role to introduce Bangladeshi literature and English to the world. Here we have the short fiction like published from the US in 2018, Faiza Hasnat's debut short story collection, The Birdcatcher and Other Stories, addresses gender expectations, familial love, and questions of identity and belonging. Like a Diamond in the Sky by Shazi Omar portrays the psychedelic world of Dhaka's university students who are caught up in haze of drugs, punk rock, and fusion. Rashid Ansari has demonstrated enough artistic talent to come up with fiction in English. His short story collection 1971 and Other Stories has been translated into French and Hindi. So short fiction is also been introduced to the world by the short fiction writer from Bangladesh. And lastly, we have Kaisar Haq, who is the most prominent name in Bangladeshi English language poetry. So fiction, short fiction, as well as poetry in English has been appeared from the side of the Bangladeshi writer who are writing in English, and this is how they are contributing to introduce Bangladeshi English literature to the world. This is all for today. If you have any question, do ask, and you can write your questions in the comments. Thanks. Allah Hafiz.